Welcome. In front of me I have the Flydigi Vader 5 Pro, and I'll be going over unboxing of this controller and a quick look at it, give you just my general opinions and thoughts about its features and also build quality. So let's just get straight into this. We do have pull tabs right here from what I can see, so just kind of yoink those. Go 1, 2, and a little bit of plastic inside. I don't mind. Let's be honest, companies don't really give two shits about our planet. Why should I? And in here we get a controller. There we go. Got a dongle. And that's it. So here's everything that's in the box, actually like usable. So we get a Type A to Type C cable. Let me maybe bring up a little bit more exposure. We get little pads right here, shoulder pads or however you want to call it. I believe that's for like usage right here. There we go. So that's pretty interesting. Now how the hell do I remove it? Oh, there we go. Okay. We also have the 2.4 gigahertz dongle right here. And yep, that's about it. Now, let's quickly go over the feature set. That feels nice. So, feature set. We have adjustable Hall effect joysticks. Okay, so they just twist. There is no like steps to it. They just rotate and that's it. So you can make them like super stiff or very loose. Honestly, pretty cool feature. I think I like them super stiffy. There we go. So that's first kind of improvement right here, or kind of like a standout feature from, let's compare it obviously to the thing that it's copying, which is an Xbox controller. So it is literally looking like an Xbox controller. So this is already a massive step up with just the joysticks themselves. And they have tensions of anything ranging from 40 to 100 grams of force, I think, or however you want to call it, GF. Anyway. We have also switchable trigger modes. So at the back, we can see we have these deep kind of triggers right now, and we can just do boop, and now they're clicky. So very short travel. I also want to point out while I'm at it, the triggers right here feel super silent. They don't have that plastic, hollow feel, sound, scratchy kind of effect. They are buttery smooth. They feel like just rubbers that are just, you know, moving with like, that are just coated in plastic. It's really nice. There's no squeakiness to it, no noise, dampened when you hit the bottom of it. Honestly, feels very premium. And also the travel feels nice, smooth, say linear. So there's no like, increase in force that you need to put into it. So that's pretty nice. Now, anyway, moving on. We have also 8 adjustable programmable buttons, adjustable 8 additional programmable buttons. So we have the CZ right here. We have the RM, LM. Then we got the M1, M2, M3, and the M4. So obviously if you added those in here as well. And we have additional buttons right here, which I have no freaking clue what they are for, as the icons don't really tell me much. And maybe you will know what the hell they are for. In any case, another interesting thing is we have low latency connection, and there's a couple different ways you can go with that low latency. So first one would be through the 2.4 gigahertz dongle right here that comes pre-included, which gives us about 4 milliseconds latency. We can plug it in, and that's another low latency kind of connection, which would be equivalent to 3 milliseconds latency right here. And the device also supports Bluetooth, which obviously I don't think that's going to be low latency. And I did turn it on, and there's a little bit of RGB happening right here. I have no clue how to turn it off. Let's see it like this. Nope. I'm just gonna let it breathe. Anyway, another cool standout feature would be the mechanical A, B, X, and Y buttons, along with the D-pad being also mechanical. Now they are using apparently clicky switches, so that's pretty cool. Especially for longevity, these should be obviously pretty damn good. As you know, mechanical switches are pretty damn good for reliability and longevity. Another thing that you don't actually get to see, but is apparently in here, is the 6-axis motion sensor. So it's basically out of the box looking like it could be rated for as a Steam controller, as it does have that gyroscopic sensor right here. You know, if you twist it, camera could pan. So that's pretty neat. I never actually used it myself, so I don't know how well that works and how usable it is. But if they want to be rated by Steam as a kind of like a Steam controller, I think that's what they need, and obviously they have it. So that's pretty nice. Additionally, we have 1000 hertz pull rate and a 1000 milliampere battery built in here. So again, pretty damn big battery for a controller, though for the best battery life, do turn off that RGB if you can, which you might need to download some kind of program. Also, they do have a little QR code right here. Anyway, so that's basically everything that there is in terms of specifications. Now, in terms of build quality, the device is built like a freaking tank. Like, there is no flex, not even, I don't even hear any kind of like, you know, crumpling of plastic when you're kind of twisting it. There's like nothing. This thing feels like a freaking brick in terms of quality. So everything is tight, precise right here. There's a whole heap of buttons, to be honest. No matter how I hold it, I am pressing something. Now, we also look to have a little bit of a, what you call it? This, I believe, is designed for little like accessories that can clip on, so you can, you know, plop your phone on here. That's pretty cool if you want to use this for like phone gaming. It literally has a little clip right here to allow to attach it to it. So anyway, all in all, pretty damn nice controller. Really cool design. I do dig the gold, or more like brownish kind of accents on this black one. We do have a silver logo happening right here. Now it looks pretty minimalistic and nice. And there is a little bit like a dotted kind of splash right here of also, I think it's brownish colors right here. It's like, you know, a little paint flicker, but only in this little triangle area right here. So generally a pretty high quality controller, feels very nice. At the back also we have a rubberized grip. So this portion right here is all rubberized. So that's pretty damn cool. And one thing that isn't included with this one, but I think you can get it with it, would be a dock. It does have pogo-pins for it, so you can just, you know, plop it on a dock and automatically start charging it, and also display it if you like to show off, like, you know, your nice controllers. So pretty damn nice controller all in all. The way it sits in the hand also, I mean, it's a little imitating Xbox controller, so obviously if an Xbox controller sits nice in your hand, it should too. So if you're looking for a premium controller that is really good, honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with this one. This one seems like super nice. And the fact that you have multiple kind of ways of using it, wired, dongle, Bluetooth, honestly gives you versatility for it. So additionally the fact that it has Hall sensors, mechanical switches, longevity as well. I'm pretty sure if you're planning to, you know, do the typical gaming move of smashing it into a desk out of a rage, it might not last as long. But typical usage, you know, use it like a normal person that doesn't rage, which wouldn't be me. I'm pretty sure this should last a decently long time. And if you don't tend to abuse the living hell out of your controllers, I'm pretty sure battery will be the first thing that will need to be changed here in some years, because something tells me that the controller won't really get a damage just from general usage, as it has components that are designed to last long. The only thing that you probably will feel that might need changing will be the thumbsticks. They are obviously in rubber. Rubber tends to rub off if you tend to, you know, play on a controller a lot. Something tells me that this might need some kind of replacement, but I can always just, you know, plop those like rubber domes on here to protect it a little bit. So this could be something that you could do to extend the longevity of this controller if you really want to, you know, spend money once, have a premium controller, and have it last you just forever. Anyway, that's about it. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.